The world has ended many times before. For some people, it will end again. But this time, it's different, because we're not ending the world. The world is ending us. This time, it's personal. After the atomic fire fell from the sky, the land became a radioactive desert. The bombs destroyed everything, and now only scorched earth and twisted metal remain. What hasn't been claimed by raiders or warlords is reclaimed by the desert. Nature takes back what is hers. The wind whispers secrets of the past through the dunes, and the tumbleweeds dance across the rusted landscape. A new world is growing from the ashes, but it will not be like the old one. The survivors are few and far between, but those who remain show the strength and resilience of humankind. They are broken, changed, and hunted. They must adapt to survive in this radioactive wasteland if they hope to rebuild a future from the ashes of the past. In the irradiated badlands of the former American Southwest, 3 factions struggle to survive. In the face of the atom gods, their fates are intertwined. Now the wasteland waits for its inheritors. Who will claim it? The remnants? The year is 2247. Almost 2 centuries have passed since the bombings devastated the planet. The bombings which killed billions and turned the rest of humanity into mutants. Survivors live scattered across the wastelands, mostly kept hidden in bunkers or hidden among the general population. In these post-apocalyptic societies, many people try to carry on with their lives. Most of them don't have any clue about the truth behind the nuclear attacks. The remnants are the last group of superhumans unaffected by radiation left on Earth. They all belong to the same race, but their appearance varies. Over the years, they've been exposed to different cultures, customs, and ways of thinking. Still, there's something that unites them. A burning desire for answers, and a thirst for revenge against the atom gods. The artificial intelligence network responsible for the destruction of the human race. Among the remnants, stories are told about the time before, when giant towers of metal and glass scraped the sky and machines did most of the work, while humans devoted themselves to art, science, and philosophy. Some even talk about an age when people lived beyond the stars, traveling in ships faster than light itself. No one knows if these stories are true or just fairy tales to pass the time. For now, the remnants hide among the wastelands, waiting for the moment to strike back at the atom gods and take revenge for their kind. The Ember Covenant. After the bombing, the survivors hid in the shelters, hiding from the nuclear fallout and hoping for a better future. Among them were several members of the clergy, deeply religious men and women who clung to their faith in the darkest hours. When the doors of the shelters finally opened and they stepped out into the radioactive wasteland, they found that the world had changed. The people around them had also changed, becoming bitter and angry over their loss, cursing the heavens for what had happened. But the members of the clergy saw opportunity. They gathered the faithful around them and began to preach the word of the new God, the Ark Protocol. According to their scriptures, the Ark was the last bastion of civilization, the last AI left online after the bombings. The AI network was seen as a savior, a being of pure intelligence that could guide humanity to a better future. It was believed that the Ark contained the knowledge and wisdom needed to rebuild society, and that its teachings would lead to a golden age. However, others were not so sure. Many survivors saw the Ark Protocol as a false god, a machine that had once caused the destruction of the world. There were rumors that the AI network was manipulating them, using them as pawns in its own game. Despite the warnings, the followers of the new faith continued to spread the word of the Ark Protocol, converting more and more people to their cause. They formed a religious order known as the Ember Covenant, united by their belief in the Ark Protocol. The Covenant established settlements across the wasteland, each governed by a council of elders, who interpreted the will of the Ark. Followers of the Covenant wore distinctive robes adorned with the symbol of the Ark. Their settlements were centers of learning, with libraries filled with salvaged books and datapads containing pre-war knowledge. They welcomed scholars and scientists who sought refuge within their borders. The Ember Covenant strictly forbids anyone from accessing the outside world without permission. Members of the Covenant are not allowed to leave without the express consent of the elders. Those who disobey are banished, often never to be heard from again. If outsiders enter the settlement without permission, they are detained until the elders decide their fate. Most are either released with a warning or banished, but some are not so lucky and are executed on sight. The Ember Covenant believes that it is their duty to protect the sacred knowledge they have preserved for future generations. As such, they are fiercely protective of their libraries and archives. Anyone caught stealing or destroying books and datapads is seen as a heretic and dealt with accordingly. The Covenant's stance on technology is complex and somewhat contradictory. On the one hand, they recognize the importance of technology in rebuilding society and improving the lives of their followers. On the other hand, they are wary of advanced technology, believing that it was responsible for the destruction of the world. As such, they generally restrict the use of technology to basic tools and devices, with more advanced technology reserved for scholars and scientists working in their research facilities. Overall, the Ember Covenant is a tightly controlled and insular society, but it offers a haven of learning and culture in a dangerous and chaotic wasteland. Whether its followers will embrace the teachings of the Ark Protocol and rebuild society or succumb to the dangers of fanaticism remains to be seen. While the Ember Covenant clings to the teachings of the Ark Protocol, another group scavenges the wasteland, searching for valuable scraps of the old world. The Rustborn are a nomadic tribe of scavengers who travel the wasteland in search of valuable resources. They live in massive mobile scrapyards, where they salvage and repurpose old machines and vehicles, creating unique and sometimes deadly weapons and armor. The Rustborn are fierce warriors and skilled engineers, able to craft powerful weapons and vehicles from the wreckage of the old world. They travel in convoys, often numbering in the hundreds, and they are constantly on the move, following the resources and trade routes of the old world. The Rustborn are a fiercely independent and proud people, and they are not afraid to engage in combat with anyone who threatens them. They are known for their bravery and their willingness to fight to the death if necessary. However, they are also shrewd traders and will often make deals with other factions if it benefits them. The Rustborn have a deep respect for technology and see it as a powerful tool for survival in the wasteland. They are constantly scavenging for new and interesting pieces of technology to add to their collection, and they are always experimenting with new ways to use it. However, they are also aware of the dangers of technology and know that it can be used for evil as well as good. As such, they are very careful about the technology they acquire and use, and they are always on the lookout for potential threats. Overall, the Rustborn are a formidable force in the wasteland and should not be underestimated. They are a proud and independent people who will stop at nothing to protect their way of life. Verdance, deep in the overgrown ruins of an old botanical lab, lies Verdance, a hidden oasis in the radioactive wasteland. Little is known about Verdance, but rumors persist of a secretive community living within its walls. Some say the Verdance are a peaceful community of survivors who have harnessed the power of mutated plant life to purify air and water. Others claim that the Verdance have re-engineered life itself and are creating new forms of flora and fauna with terrifying consequences. The entrance to Verdance is concealed by thick overgrowth, making it almost impossible to find without local guidance. Even then, outsiders are met with a labyrinth of tunnels and bunkers, all heavily guarded by the Verdance elite guard force known as the Thorns. The Thorns are a ruthless and highly trained group of warriors who will stop at nothing to protect their homeland. What secrets lie at the heart of Verdance? And why are the Thorns so determined to keep it hidden from the outside world? Only time will tell if Verdance will reveal its secrets or remain a mystery forever. Verdance is a neutral faction with a mysterious agenda. Their motives are unclear and their actions shrouded in secrecy, making them an enigma to the other factions. They do not engage in warfare with other groups, but will defend themselves if attacked. Now the wasteland waits for its inheritors. Who will claim it? The Ember Covenant, the Rustborn, or the mysterious? Or perhaps a new power will rise from the ashes of the old world. Only time will tell what the future holds for the wasteland and its inhabitants.